guys, welcome back to my channel, Black Sails Season 2 Episode 1. I want to do the quickest possible recap for the last season because I say this literally every time, but I really want to get into this episode and this season because after everything that happened at the finale of last season, I'm kind of interested to see what storylines are going to be introduced, I guess, into this season. So the last episode, Flint killed Gates. That happened. Don't really know if I agree with that because on one hand, I understand that what Gates wanted to happen with the whole Man of War situation, he wanted to take the Ranger and sail off and get out of there because he didn't want to go along with Flint's plan. And Flint wasn't having that. He really is set on this goal, this mission. He wants to make it happen, so obviously he's not afraid to kill people who he was friends with even to accomplish this goal. So predictions and what I want to see this season. I want to see how Vane's going to tie into everything. I feel like his storyline has been pretty separate the entire first season. So I want to see him kind of integrate back into the main storyline, I guess, in season 2. Not that that's a huge deal, but I think that that's where it's heading. Like when he came back from his little excursion to his home island, he came back as a different person, essentially. He really wants to like take over Nassau. I want to see more of Jack and Anne Bonny. I love them. I still love Max, but I gotta say my favorite character still is Jack. So bring me more Jack. I need more Jack in my life. In terms of everything else, I don't really have a lot of predictions. I kind of just want to dive right into it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into episode 1.
The stories I hear about the raiders in these waters.
These men profit nothing from blood, they profit from cargo. Oh no, please.
No.
Your ship is about to yield a prize of far, far greater value than our wildest expectation, for which I'd rather not leave witnesses to the taking.
Please, sir, I have a wife and a son.
Who is that guy?
Hell of a prize.
Who the hell is that? Hell of a prize. Who is that? That's brutal.
The crimes you've committed against your crew are undisputed.
Really?
The only reason the sentence hasn't been carried out is that I've been delaying the vote. You underestimate your men yet again.
Fuck them for their ingratitude. And fuck them for siding with a cowardly, sniveling shit of a mutineer. There are over 100 soldiers in that beach. Approaching that beach from the land.
Why the fuck are we listening to him?
Yeah, why?
We should be cutting your goddamn tongue out for all the lies you've told us.
He led you there,
No
though.
one is angry about Mr. Flint's crimes than I. Which is why you must trust me when I ask you to hear what he has to say.
2 men approach quietly. Now the risk falls almost entirely on the first 2 men out. I would volunteer. That leaves 1 man to go.
Silver. It's gotta be Silver. Yep.
Where the fuck were you today?
Yeah.
You wanted to be a partner to the consortium, did you not? You wanted to take Hornigold's seat at the table. Don't be sorry. Do your fucking job.
Because you know all this, because you know I know this, and because you know you are so much more like me than anyone you've ever met in your entire life.
Jesus Christ, enough! Stop telling me what it is you think I think. I want to establish a future here that isn't measured in months, and I want you to show up for a meeting when you're fucking told.
Damn.
Can't leave yet. Flint, how is it you see such a partner in him and such a villain in me?
He wants what I want.
Think about it. I kill Flint, give you half a fortune, and then no more Naft, no more Lawrence, no more compromises.
Fuck you.
Yeah. There's no way. I don't know, like, are they ever not gonna hate each other?
Fuck were you doing volunteering?
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. You're serious about taking the ship?
What the fuck did you think?
I thought this was how you intended to escape. Sure, it'll be a few days of walking or so to St. Augustine, but at least we'll have a chance.
I can't tell if Silver is genuinely trying to befriend Flint, but Like, he does such a good job at not really revealing what his true intentions are.
Do as I say when I say. Kill you myself.
I don't know why I find their relationship so amusing. Like, they are so funny to me. Like, there's a clear rivalry here, but also maybe a friendship. I really hope that they become actual friends and that John Silver doesn't have any, like, ill intent.
That was easy.
How did nobody hear that? Oh, that is terrifying. Oh my god.
The crew killer.
Damn, everybody's really gonna treat him like shit now because of what Vane did. I think Miss Anne Bonny has a little crush on Max.
He became quartermaster to a crew that struck fear into the hearts of many, many men. Jesus Christ. What's become of my name? Tell me that, how many men do you think you can safely lure into the wrecks to their deaths? Because I'm pariah to just about every able-bodied man on this fucking island!
Yikes. I've never seen Jack in this state, and I do not like it.
I sent someone upstairs to tend to him. Stay the fuck away.
Oh, Anne, stop denying your crush on Max. Of course Flint is the one to kill him. No, 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 no.
You almost got us killed. Almost. Fuck. We're both better off now than we were 2 minutes ago. Yet you're angry about it because it didn't happen.
Alright, stop fucking fighting.
Might you consider for a fucking moment that your distrust of me is completely unwarranted? I warned you about Billy. Was that right?
I mean, yeah, I think that he's genuinely looking out for Flint's best interest. Unless he's not, and he's just scheming this entire thing. But I don't know. I think he's being genuine. No! Oh my god, Flint! That is the 3rd kill. He is just like descending into madness, I think, as the episodes go by. He is over it. Like, is it?
I give Hallandale a lead. Hallandale spends all his time in here. And somehow that lead ends up in the hands of a fucking maniac.
Isn't it just as possible this is a rather unfortunate but not at all implausible coincidence?
I sold it. To Captain Doe, he paid 90 pieces for it. Why would you do? Why wouldn't I?
Max, what the fuck?
Stay out of my fucking business. Consider this the only warning you're ever gonna get.
Fucking ingrate.
Now, that's not helpful.
You need to remember in that fucking tent till you have me all turned around.
One of you will tell me what I need to know. Receive this gold as reward, be escorted to the beach for your escape, and the other will be quite there.
My name is John Silver. His name is James Flint. We came here to steal the gold from the treasure galleon. But he was deposed of his captaincy by a man named Dufresne, who is now waiting with the rest of our crew in longboats. You'll likely find them behind the promontory to the south. I believe there are 32 of them. You fucking...
Silver coming in clutch again. Saving Flint's ass.
Nobody shoots me first.
You beat him to it. Do it. Quickly.
So we actually have to fight him?
Well, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Do it! Do it!
Time to converge through the door, roughly a dozen of them. 3 pistols at our disposal.
And then what?
Oh, who are these people? The Raiders?
Perhaps it is in everyone's best interest that you and I find a way past all of this. Your anger, it is understandable. But Perhaps there is something else underlying it. Something hiding in a place not even you can see.
Don't touch her.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Yep, it's happening. Are they gonna kiss? Come on, what the fuck? I knew it. I mean, not that it wasn't blatantly obvious, but...
Yeah, that captain is in some part of his soul, sickened by his own actions. And the lie affects everyone who sees it. When the men see me slaughter the crew of the Good Fortune, when they see me cut out a man's tongue from his mouth for lying, when they see me burn a boy alive in front of his father's eyes, they know. They can see it in my eyes. I intend to be here sometime. We'd be ashamed to make enemies for each other over such a small amount of money.
I don't like him. I've decided. Oh, is this how he met Miranda?
I remember what it was like the first time I met him.
Though I may question the outcome he's likely to achieve. The game he's entering into is a brutal and unforgiving one.
Great men aren't made great by politics, Lieutenant. They are, every last one of them, made great by one thing and one thing only. The relentless pursuit of a better world. The great men don't give up that pursuit.
The crew has commuted your sentences by the narrowest of margins. You will both be transported back to Nassau, at which point you will be removed from this ship permanently and without severance.
If your interests and mine were adverse to each other, there's a good chance I'd cross you to save myself.
Then why didn't you?
Because at the moment, I don't believe our interests are adverse to each other. I think you intend to reclaim your captaincy. I think you intend to take control of this ship. And I think you intend to return to that beach armed to the teeth and seize every last ounce of gold off of it. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. He knows it. Is that it? Yep. Ooh. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts. We got a few flashbacks of Flint this episode. First of all, can I say before I dive into the flashbacks, Flint and Silver's relationship, friendship, whatever they have going on was really, that was like the prominent focus of this episode, and I'm really glad because they have some really like comedic moments together that I wasn't really expecting to have between the two of them. At the end of the day, I think Silver has one goal and he's really only helping Flint and being a friend to Flint because he wants this gold, he wants to get to the Urca and get this gold. So I just hope that they develop more of a friendship than a rivalry, I guess. I really hope that they don't become enemies because it's kind of building up for them to become rivals because both of them kind of have these really strong dominant personalities, so I really hope that they don't clash in the future. It seems like Silver is more willing to extend the olive branch. Speaking of extending olive branches, we gotta talk about Miss Anne Bonny and Max and Eleanor and Jack and all of them and everybody that is there. Eleanor continues to kind of like step up her game in terms of badassery. She really just takes no prisoners, gives no fucks whatsoever. This episode, Vane was basically threatening her and was like, I could just kill Flint when he comes back with all that gold and we could split it between the two of us. And Eleanor kind of put him in his place and was like, show up to the meetings on time, get your shit together, stop doing this, basically. I don't want to say I really enjoy the interactions between her and Vane, but I think that Vane is really entertaining and amusing, and I think that their banter kind of back and forth is really entertaining to watch, even though it kind of makes me feel bad for Eleanor since she is just dealing with problem after problem, trying to get this island to thrive and trying to get her vision to be enacted, and problem after problem just keeps coming her way. Like this episode with, I don't know what his name was, Ned, I think they said his name was, the guy with the one eye. He was giving her a problem this episode because he was informed by Max, right? He was informed by Max about the location of the other guy's ship, the one that they murdered everybody on the ship. And then when Eleanor found out that it was Max who leaked this information, she was obviously pissed off. Don't ever do that again. She kind of stood her ground with Max too. So not only Vane, but she kind of told Max off this episode too. She was like, this is my island, like stop fucking with my shit. I'm really glad that Eleanor is standing up for herself. Not that she never did before, but it seems like she just has to deal with problem after problem and she doesn't get a break. So I'm glad that she has a very like strong mindset about everything, and she doesn't really give up. She really doesn't take shit from anybody. Even the guy Ned, who she requested that they clean up the barrels or something because there was like blood on them from the people that they killed on their last, you know, the slaughter that happened. And this guy Ned was refusing. He was like, you'll pay me in full. And she was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So don't fuck with Eleanor, basically. But this new character, this Ned guy, kind of freaks me out. I mean, at first I was like, oh, maybe I like him. He's kind of menacing, kind of cool. And then he slaughtered everybody and then came back and threatened Eleanor. So I don't really know how I feel about him now. What else happened? Anne and Max had a little kissy poo this episode. There was some sexual energy, some sexual tension between them for many, many episodes now. So I was kind of expecting that to happen. Anne is the type of person that just, the emotions that she presents sometimes are not really the emotions that she's feeling deep down. And Max really kind of exploited that at the end of this episode when she was like, I think there's something underneath that you're not dealing with and that you need to take care of. I think that scene was more about Anne breaking down her barriers and admitting that she's been looking at Max for a couple episodes now. So clearly she's had some interest in Max. Max expressed some interest back. So I think that moment was really about Anne kind of letting her wall down. In terms of everything else, Flint, we're getting a little bit more backstory with him. We see how he met Mrs. Barlow. We see how he met her husband. Obviously, we know how that story ends, but I like that we're getting some filler and we're getting some backstory into Flint's, you know, what happened with him. He was in the Royal Navy, right? That's what it's called. He was in the Royal Navy, and he said this episode that he wasn't really interested in piracy, but that it was kind of a necessary thing that needed to happen, although it is cruel, which is kind of interesting because 10 years later, he's like this savage. I mean, he killed so many people this episode in pursuit of this Urca goal that they want to happen. I think that Flint is the type of character, I mean, we've seen in the past couple of episodes, he has no chill and he's willing to do anything really to make this goal happen, even if it means killing somebody, Gates, who he was really close with for a really long time. He's not gonna stop at anything to make this goal happen. He really wants this goal to happen. I'm interested to see how Ned factors into everything, how he's gonna mess everything up. Maybe something's gonna happen with Vane. I don't know. It seems like Vane is still a villain type of character. Everybody's kind of a villain in their own way, but Vane specifically just likes fucking things up. And I like him, but I don't like what he's doing to Eleanor, kind of messing up what she has planned for this island. So I guess those are all of my thoughts and predictions. My camera is about to die, so I have to wrap this up. As always, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other reactions if you have not already, and I will see you guys for episode 2. All right, bye guys.